Hi, so in this video we will be looking at the economic law paper of the new syllabus for the June 2024 attempt. Now this paper was moderately difficult. However, one can say that a student can easily clear this paper if they have chosen the right options in the exam. So let's go ahead and decode this paper. So the first question, now this is a trend that is happening that they are asking really this is one question, but the best solution to it is directly jump to the question and then go into the main thing, because some of the questions are direct. So here they are asking define a recognized consumer association as per the Consumer Protection Act 2019. So a recognized consumer association is any consumer association which is registered under any act, whether Companies Act or any act, to act as a consumer association. Next, whether Sharda Heights is a recognized consumer association given. Okay, so let's go into the question and let's read. So they have said Sharda Heights, a duly registered welfare society. So they've already said that it is duly registered welfare society. So it is a registered association. Took proactive steps of filing an application in the district consumer court. The application was on behalf of 12 allottees who had encountered significant issue with Shobha Limited, a real estate developer. The allottees alleged that despite the bookings with this developer, substantial payments towards this they have already made, but they are yet to receive possession. So it was basically Sharda Heights are representing these 12 allottees against the real estate developer, because the real estate developer has not yet given possession. Okay, so is Sharda Heights recognized as a recognized consumer association? Answer is yes. You have to be registered as a consumer association, whether in Companies Act or in other place. And in the question they have given, they are already registered. Next, they are asking a question: what is the manner of filing a complaint to the district court under section 35? So very simple question, that what is the manner of filing a case in the district forum. So firstly, you will have to say that the application needs to be filed. It's a theoretical question which can be built up, that application fees has to be given. The allegations have to be put out. The complainant has details has to be put in. The complaint should be filed within the limitation period. So generic answer can be framed, and once the matter is there, then the court will decide upon the matter and pass their verdict. Okay, next is, can a complaint be filed before the consumer commission online? So definitely yes, a complaint can be filed online as well. Next, to whom the appeal shall lie against the order of the district commission? So very simple, appeal provision from district goes to the state, and from state it goes to national. And what is the limitation period for doing so? So here you go to the state commission if you are not happy with the decision, and you will have to go within 45 days. So appeal to from your district commission to state commission is 45 days. Next is, what are the restrictions on filing an appeal against the order of this? So now here we mean restrictions on filing an appeal actually means the conditions. What are the conditions of filing an appeal? So while filing an appeal, the appeal fee has to be made. Appeal should be made within the respective time period, that is 45 days. Appeal has to be made to the correct authority jurisdiction, that is to the particular state commission. So again, an answer can be pulled off. Then state the constitution of the consumer court. Okay, so the consumer court constitution, that means there is a president, okay, who will be the presiding officer, and there are other members to assist him. Okay, and requisite participation as female members should also be there. Then comes to ABC Limited. Let's see the question. So now I prefer, after seeing these kind of questions, prefer to go direct and then go into the situational question. Discuss whether this act amounts to cartelization under Competition Act. So now we'll see cartelization is when producers, sellers come together and plan and collude or decide to limit the production, supply or price of the goods or service. So this ABC Limited along with 4 other companies who are key competitors in the market decided among themselves to revise the price of these things. Okay, so whether it amounts to cartelization, his answer is obviously yes. You will define what is cartelization and say that yes, colluding with the same people to manipulate the price amounts to cartelization. Next we go to see, they have given a question of Vignesh. Okay, he's a person resident outside India. So he's a resident outside India and he wants to acquire immovable property within India. Okay, so section 6 subsection 5 in FEMA Act tells how can a foreigner who's resident outside India can buy a immovable property in India. Now, normally foreigners are not allowed to buy property in India. That's a clear-cut rule. However, if a person is a NRI, okay, or a person of Indian origin, okay, PIO, he is a person of Indian origin, then he can acquire the property by way of gift, by way of inheritance, or even he can purchase the property, okay, from purchasing the property, but it should not be a farmhouse, plantation, land, etc. And the source of funding should come from authorized banking channel or his account, okay, resident foreign currency account. Now the next question that they've asked is Mukesh, a manufacturer of jaggery powder, brings this product into the pre-packaged form. So I always prefer now to go into the question directly. Will your this, what is the question? Is he liable for an offense under the Legal Metrology Act? So let's see. So he is a manufacturer of jaggery powder, brings it into the product in a pre-packaged form. Okay, but the retail price and the quantity has not been mentioned on the product. Now it is very clear. So is it an offense? Answer is yes. So it is an offense. What it means? Pre-packaged product, from the name itself, is the product which is going to be packaged onto the is going to be packaged for sale to the consumers. Now, as per law, even these pre-packaged commodities need to have the same price details and the declarations as applicable to the finished products. So as a final good. So even yes, pre-packaged form also if he is selling, the price, quantity and declaration should be there. Otherwise, he will be liable to fines and penalties. Okay. So will your answer be different if Mukesh mentions the wrong quantity on the jaggery? Now, obviously, he is giving a clearly that they are saying that he is giving a wrong quantity. So obviously, that is also punishable and can be, as per the officer can decide to take fines, etc. Compounding can be done. Now, Rajiv booked a flat. Now again, whenever I see situational questions, the simple thing is directly go and see what it is. Discuss the provisions of RERA, okay, Real Estate Regulation Act, whether Rajiv can withdraw from the project and what remedy is available to Rajiv if he does not wish to withdraw. So let's read the question that Rajiv. So we are asking what remedies Rajiv has. He booked a flat, okay, in the name of Alpha Tower, launched by paying the booking amount. So he did his good job and executing the buyer's agreement. So everything seems fine. As per the buyer's agreement, flat was to be delivered in 3 years of the agreement, but the promoters of the company failed. Okay, they failed to deliver the project even after 5 years. So can he withdraw from the project? Answer is yes, he can withdraw from the project. Can he get a refund? Answer is yes. So whenever in RERA is a very strict law that if you don't adhere to the timelines for delivery, then a person who has given the amount can ask for a refund along with the interest amount. Discuss the provisions of this, whether he can withdraw. Answer is yes. What remedy if it is there if he does not wish to withdraw? If he does not want to wish to withdraw, then he can ask for compensation. Listen, okay, fine, not 3 years, give me it in not given in 5 years, give me in 7 years, but give me so much amount of compensation. So that is his another option that he has. Now let's read through the next question. I told you whenever I see this, now I don't want to read through everything. First I read the lines. Question: what action can be taken by the board of approval against the company under section 10 of the SEZ Act? So again, board of approval is there. So SEZ developers are there, where entrepreneurs are given certain development rights to go into these zones and develop the area. However, if they don't develop, then action can be taken by the SEBI authorities. Here it is the board of approval. So let's read. XYZ Limited has granted approval by your board of approval for foreign collaboration in getting FDI in SEZ. Okay, for development, operation and maintenance of the SEZ area. Okay, fine. Now this is the clear-cut line they've given you. XYZ Limited has persistently defaulted in complying with the directions. So what action can be taken? Now obviously if they are not following, then fine can be levied. One, there can be a suspension of license, or it can be a cancellation of license can be done. Simple. Then comes to another question. I prefer to go directly. Explain the foreign contribution and the conditions given to receive foreign contribution in the FCRA Act. Now foreign contribution is a foreign donation. So if you want to receive foreign donation, then you have to take approval from the you have to write into the RBI and the Ministry of Home Affairs. So Gama is a resident in India and a citizen of India. He is going to receive foreign contribution from US. So explain the foreign contribution condition. So again, he can receive, he has to file the particular FC form is there for receiving it. If he is going to receive on a regular basis, then he can get a license under the act also to regularly receive foreign contribution. Next question is from your Fugitive Offenders Act 2018. Now fugitives are those persons who have left India, okay, and have a case pending. They have 100 crores or more recovery can be done from them, like Vijay Mallya, etc. So what is the power of survey by director under this? So in power of survey under the Fugitive Offenders Act is, first of all, they can enter into a premise, they can search any place, in survey they can ask for information, they can take custody of any goods or any kind of documents, they will put a seal what all they are doing, and then they will survey. So what is the power? Normally they can survey everything, they can even break in locks, etc. So these are actually officers who are catching people like Vijay Mallya. Okay, what is the meaning of deemed export? Now this was, as it is important under the FTP policy. Now deemed export normally means you are sending the goods from India to outside India. However, deemed exports is said to be an export when the goods are sold within India only. So for example, this is a SEZ zone. Okay, now SEZ for the purpose of tax are treated as a foreign territory. So from the domestic tariff area, that is everything else other than SEZ, when a person is selling goods to SEZ, it is deemed exports. Okay, deemed exports. So it will be that accordingly no tax will be levied. So deemed exports are goods being sold within India. However, the benefits of exports will be available. Okay, what are the benefits? So exporter gets benefit of the ITC, input tax credit can be taken, and various other benefits are given. Now what do you mean by regulated entities under the Money Laundering Act? Now see, again, regulated means they are regulated by the money very strictly by the PAMLA, okay, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. These, if you go to see your section 13, 14, 15, which talks about banks, financial institutions have to maintain certain KYC. So they would come under regulated entities where they have to follow to the customer verification, client opening information, closing. So a suspicious transaction reporting. So these are all called as regulated entities. These could be banks, all financial institutions. In short, I can put it is financial institutions which are regulated severely under the PAMLA Act. Okay, your banks, NBFC, any payment banks, or any other financial institution. Okay, they will come here. Then comes a very simple and direct question has been asked. Okay, your students could have easily scored what is meant by ODI and what is meant by OPI. So ODI versus OPI. Now ODI is long-term investments where the investment in shares is greater than 10%. Here in OPI it is less than 10%. One. So this is a very straightforward question. How is the, so ODI, they have told you that when we invest in listed companies of 10% or more, then it is ODI. Or in unlisted equity shares also holding of unlisted companies, still it can be called as ODI. Otherwise, if it is less, or in listed companies, if you are holding 10% or more, then it is ODI. In unlisted companies, even if you are holding little bit, it will be treated as ODI. So it happens with respect to control. So if you have a lot of control, it is deemed that you are ODI. If you have less control, it is OPI. So you can check the ODI regulations. I told it was very important. Next is, how is the management of properties under the Benami Transaction Act? Okay, so very simple. It becomes, the central government becomes the owner, then they can dispose of the property as they feel. They appoint a director, okay, who will manage these properties, sell, collect the amounts, etc. Then comes, what are the conditions for receiving foreign investment? So when we see foreign investment, that is foreign direct investment, can come not only in companies but also in LLPs. But the condition is that LLP, it is allowed only if it is operating in a sector in which 100% FDI is allowed, okay, for companies, and there is no performance link condition. So those certain conditions have been given. It's a direct question can be seen. Then comes to part 2. Now part 2 was very, very simple. This was about intellectual property rights. This was 40 marks. Now again, a really big question, and then they are asking direct question. Okay, is the contention of the Indian Tea Board in engaging in passing of correct? One. So I'm just reading the question, then I will see. How is geographical indication different from a trademark? Now this you don't even need to read the situational question. Very simple. Geographical indication is an indication that the goods are coming from a certain geographical territory. All the producers of that territory can apply this mark. Whereas a trademark is dealer specific. Very simple question asked, given to you. Can the tree board file a complaint against X for selling varieties? Okay, so let's get into this. What they have said is Indian Tea Board owns, now this is ITB, okay, owns a famous geographical indication called as Darjeeling and the logo of a woman holding the tea, as well as a trademark called as Darjeeling, okay, under the Trademark Act regarding tea. So very simple. This is ITB controls that GI logo, as well as have made it as a trademark. Now ITC, here it is actually ITB or whatever, ITC has used the Darjeeling Lounge as the name of its top lounge in Kolkata, ITC. Okay, so this was about ITB. There is another company that has come in, which is ITC. They have used the word Darjeeling Lounge. Now Darjeeling was under the control of ITB. So yes, if they are using, ITC is using the word Darjeeling, because since Darjeeling is not only the trademark but also the GI mark of, and they are the proprietors. So they cannot use, ITC cannot use. Then T, they filed a case, very good, you will win the case. That's what they have written. So then they have moved an interlocutory order also, that they're saying temporarily please stop selling the goods and using this name, application of the word Darjeeling. Okay, and they filed a case of passing off or attempting to pass off the goods to discredit the fame, to mislead people, because when they use the word Darjeeling it will amount. So is the contention of this ITB that ITC is injuring correct? Answer is yes. They can file a case. Passing off is generally of unregistered trademarks. This is a registered trademark. I believe they have written that it is a they have written that it is owns. Okay, so they own it. So again you can write that yes, it can be done, and a case of infringement or passing off can be filed. Then how is it different? Then can tea board file a complaint against X for selling tea varieties at the railway station under the name of Darjeeling tea stall? Now see, the word Darjeeling has come in their this, so definitely they can file a case that why you're using the word Darjeeling, we've got it. Because it's written that they have ownership rights. What if ITC Limited has been operating and using the word Darjeeling Lounge before the enactment of law? So again, it is a matter of case to case basis. The court will look that since they have prior use of the particular mark, accordingly on various factors such as prior use, recognition in the eyes of public, turnover, court will pass the order. So you can write a generic answer. Then next is, what is the punishment for applying false GI indication? Okay, so fine, imprisonment, okay, all those you can write. Now seizing of the goods, etc. is there. Now again a very big case. What is the question? It goes on. Okay, so now I always prefer now to directly go into the question and then read the paragraph. So consider the above and answer the following. What are the criteria for patenting the invention? So let's see. Are mathematical, then what can be patented is two advantages of patents. And this guy was about to apply for patent, however he passed it away before applying. He passed away. Can his legal representatives apply? So let's read quickly into the keywords and finish it off. So what are they giving? That in the case of Hindustan Metal versus Biswajit, it was held by the Supreme Court that the object is to encourage technology, etc. Limited grant is given for patent. Theory they have given, it will be considered an invention and must be present. Okay. Now in section 21JA defines inventive step. Okay. So they have given you theory. There is not a situation also. Directly we have to write. So what is the criteria for patenting an invention? So there is a generic question has been asked. So it should be new, novel, okay, and non-obvious. Okay, you can write. So it's a generic question. These are the criteria which is there. It should involve a inventive step, should not be prohibited, etc. Are mathematical and business methods and computer programs per se patentable? Answer is no. In section 3, where they've given clearly that what cannot be patented, they have mentioned computer programs, algorithms, these cannot be patented. Computer programs are generally copyrighted, not patented. Then what can be patented? So any invention, they have given you the case laws also about, you can copy it. What can be if it is a what can be patented? Your inventions having inventive step shouldn't be priorly published, can be then it should be able of industrial usage. State any two advantages of patents. I think they have given it up only. One is you give a monopoly right for a limited period to the patent holder to do, and it encourages creativity in the country, and accordingly the country will also generate revenue, and also you can be competitive in the international world. Then comes Ramchandra invented a medicine and was about to apply for So one of the advantages of patent again is to protect two, you can give that. One is to monopoly rights is a positive right, and second is a negative right where the creator gets a right, inventor gets a right to even file cases if it is being misused or infringed. Now in this invented a machine and was about to apply for patent. Good. However, he passed away. Sad. Before applying. So can his legal representatives apply? Answer is obviously yes. So very simple. They're giving you marks here. Then comes Amit, a Indian resident wants to make an application outside India for the grant of patent for an invention. Now Amit wants to make an application outside India for the grant of patent for an invention. Very good. He can apply for international patents. Whether he can apply outside India, why not? So we are giving under the Patent Cooperation Treaty, international patents are permitted. Okay, so we get internationally protected also, provided you file a international patent. What will be your answer if the invention is related for defense purpose? Now this is just a generic thing that you will have to take the necessary approvals from the particular or specific ministries. Then they said Priya wants to start the trading of incense sticks, that is agarbattis and perfumeries. She made an application to the registrar of trademarks to register a trade mark in the name of Ramayan. So the name of the trademark is Ramayan. State with reasons whether it will be registered. Answer is no. Why? Because these, like in section 11, that absolute grounds for refusal, it would come that these words have become 2-3 grounds you can reject it. First, these word Ramayan is words which have become customary and it represents the religious sentiments of a certain of the people of India. If using the word Ramayan for your particular goods only will lead is against the public policy, and it lacks inventive step or lacks distinctiveness, and that is why it will be rejected. Simple. Then Gibbs Francis is a famous lyricist in India and worldwide. Sona, another lyricist, copied a very catchy phrase from the song, and it likely to be an infringement even if the phrase is very short. Mention the commonly acts which are termed as infringement and the penalty. So again, a very generic thing that what is infringement is using the particular copyrighted work, you're altering the copyrighted work, displaying the copyrighted work, transmitting through electronic means any copyrighted work. And penalties for infringement are civil cases, criminal cases, fine, imprisonment, in civil matters injunction can be taken, and compensation can be asked. What are the absolute grounds, okay, for refusal of trademarks under section 9? So yeah, so which we had said above was also section 9. What are the absolute grounds for refusal? So we had seen above also, it was in section 9, that absolute grounds for this, it lacks distinctiveness, it has become customary, it is against public policy, okay, it was already published before. So all those grounds, a direct question has been asked, and a very important question also. Then again they have asked what is the duration of the for registration of a design, can it be extended, how can the registration of this be cancelled? So very simple, Designs Act, it is normal grant is for 10 years, it can be extended for another 5 years only, so maximum it is 15 years. How can the registration be cancelled? So on a complaint filed to the registrar that on grounds such as it is against the public policy, it has been, the design is copied, the design is not novel, priorly published, so all those grounds, then opportunity being heard will be given, and then if it is found that it is the registration was done in violation of the law, then it can be cancelled after due opportunity of being heard. Okay. Then come next, what is meant by trademark? So very simple, a trademark is a mark on goods or service to represent to distinguish the goods of one dealer from the other. Section 9 of the GI Act prohibits registration of certain geographical indication. Very simple, against public policy, priorly published under the Emblems Act. So all those things you can write. Then again, a very simple question again. The Registrar of Copyright shall have the powers of civil court under Civil Procedure Code. So again, obviously all the power same, very simple. I think this they've given you free marks. Summon anyone, summon any witness, take evidence on oath, then all the powers which the civil court has, they will also have, and that is it. Okay, so you can go ahead. Most of these questions you see are from our dream batch and our lectures, or even I say my marathon. So if you all have studied from my marathons, you all can put it in the comment section also. I'll be reading it. Okay, so you all can go ahead, enroll yourself in the dream batch. Listen to me, the link is in the description. What does it do? It gives you access to these paid lectures where you can study everything in depth. Okay, now this is a limited till you will get access till your exam date 1, and also there will be a small gift, okay, to the students in the dream batch, which I will give it in the dream batch today or tomorrow. So go ahead, enroll yourself and also claim your gift. Take care guys, bye.